I genuinely love this game and I want to get better at it because it like is so much fun to play. And
Yeah,
so um I'm very new to first person shooter games because Overwatch 2 was my first time ever playing a first person shooter game of like any sort. Like
right.
I grew up playing like Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, so like I was more of an RPG kind of gamer. And
Yeah, makes sense.
so and so I literally came into Overwatch 2 completely blind, not knowing anything. And yeah, I started playing last year, so I've only been playing for a year, and I'm still learning. So,
Nice, nice, nice. That's awesome. Awesome. What got you into the game in the first place?
my friends were talking about it because this is around the time when Overwatch 2 was being like introduced and like coming out, and like all my friends were like, Overwatch is coming back, and this and that. So I was like, what is Overwatch? Like, what's going on? Like, why are people talking about it? And it was because it was free to play, so people were like, let's do it, let's do it. And so I got into it, and I've just been hooked ever since.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Now you are playing. I saw on the forum it says Lifeweaver and Moira. So what initially got you to playing those characters?
I originally started with Zen, but again,
Mm-hmm.
being new to the game, I didn't understand how to play Zen and like to make him valuable.
Yep.
And so I was just playing Zen. And then I switched to Kiriko because Kiriko was everybody's like, play Kiriko, Kiriko, she's busted, she's busted. But again, since I didn't know how to play the game, I didn't know how to play her well at all.
Right.
And so then I got into Moira because a friend of mine who has been playing the game since Overwatch 1 was like, you're new to the game, try Moira, give Moira a try. And so I did, and eventually I was like, oh, okay, like I got my groove. Like I can do damage, I can heal. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like learning her as a character. And then Lifeweaver was introduced, and I was like, oh, this is my guy because the way I like to play the game is like I'm more of like a keep people alive and like do my best to support them as the support
Right.
role instead of like doing damage. Like
Yep.
I try to do damage here and there if I can, which is why I play Moira because Moira makes up for like the like damage and healing. But
Yep.
Lifeweaver is more so my like play style of like taking care of people, pull them out of danger, lift them up if they're like stuck in Zarya's like ult or something like that. Like that's more like me as a person how I like to support people. And so that's why Lifeweaver is like my main guy because like he can put out damage okay, but like healing and like I think his utility and how my playstyle works, it works great for me.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, like finding that balance where we want to get you to be proactive winning where you can, but obviously like sounds like you're less in the damage train and more in just the proactive support kind of train. Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's keep looking here. What do you hope you got out of the session? On the forum, you said I've been I really want to learn how to create consistent value with the heroes I play. Overwatch 2 is the first and only first person shooter. Wanting to learn how to play the role more effectively. Okay, sounds good. And at the time of the forum, you were gold. Gold one. You still at gold one?
I'm now at gold 3. I reached plat
Rank
5,
reset?
but then went down to gold 3.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Why do you think that is? Just bad luck or something outside of that?
I genuinely think it's just bad luck because
It happens.
I'm
Yep.
not one to blame my teammates, but like there comes a point where you're like, bro, like I can only ping and like tell so many people like, hey, there's somebody flanking on your back line, or hey, like you're
Right.
too far in. I can't. One thing I've learned in playing this game, and like now that I've like started to watch people who really play the game, who've been playing the game for so long, and like
Mm-hmm.
learning from them, is I can only control what I can control.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to continue to go 1v5, I can't do anything about that. If the team doesn't want to group up and go into team fights together, I can't control that. All I can control is what I do. Do I
That's
make the
right.
best plays all the time? No. Am I the best player all the time? No. But it does get frustrating when you're like, we're losing very winnable games because people are making silly mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, that's super super frustrating. I think what we'll do is this is why we have feedback sessions, right? So it's like it's not just about like, hey, it's your fault, you should improve in your own. Like that's helpful, but the reason why that's helpful is because it's encouraging to know that. Like it's discouraging to feel like something's outside of your control. So what we need to do is need to find what is in your control that you can be working on, and then focus on that. Okay, and then in terms of play time here, play 5 days a week for around 4 hours max each day. Okay, so how is that time spent? Do you warm up? You just jump right in immediately?
I do an hour of warm up just to like get the fingers going because I'm on controller. I'm not on mouse and
Yep.
keyboard,
Yep.
so I'm sure it'll look a little clunky when you watch it.
It happens.
But yeah, I'm on PlayStation 5, and so I play an hour of quick play just to like get things going, to get my mind going, and like being focused and like zoning in. And then 3 hours is like all comp and like trying to rank up and be better. Because I've asked people like, how do you get better at comp? They're like, you just have to play comp. Because like
Yeah.
you can go to
Yeah.
quick play, but it's just not the same as comp.
Right. Right. Agreed. Agreed. Now you said you warm up with quick play.
I do.
Okay, sounds good. And for about an hour. Um,
Yes.
I feel like you could probably get away with a little bit less of a warm up for that. Let me explain why. So when it comes to efficiency of playtime, there's two concerns that we have to be concerned with. One, you're going to only have so much time to play, so you might as well spend as much as that time in the most competitive environment. And two, the other thing to consider as well is that when you're spending energy in your warm up, you want to find the sweet spot. Just when you're getting to be warmed up, that's when you want to get into comp. You don't want to wait till you're all the way warmed up because that's when you're starting to expend more energy that should be spent in competitive. You only have so much mental energy for the day. So if you're taking too long in warm up, you might be wasting some of that competitive energy in a quick play game. Is kind of the way to look at it.
Yeah.
Something to consider. Now you obviously play it by
reason,
ear.
I will say,
but yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only reason I say an hour is because like I'll do 30 minutes on Moira, and then the next match I'll do 30 minutes on Lifeweaver just to warm up the two that I do play. So that's kind of the only reason it's an hour. But I can't like if you're saying like, hey, scratch that, do a little less time, then yeah, that's very doable.
Yeah, I think maybe even just like one game per each would be a good way to look at it, something like that. Because you do have to warm up both characters, but I don't think you need as much time to do that. But yeah, okay, sounds good. Short-term goals to get to Diamond, learn how to understand the game at a high skill level. Okay, so last question I have here for your training schedule here. Do you take breaks during your training?
I sure the hell do. Because it just there comes a point where you're just like hitting a wall and you're like my rule for myself as I've like started to like try to learn and be better at the game is if I lose 3 in a row, I just stop because I'm like it's not working. This is like I don't want to like get tilted and get frustrated and then I'm just like, you know what? You lost 3.
Right.
Today's not the day. And then I just
Right.
be done with it.
Sure. Then what do? Do you just jump into quick play, chill, or you call?
Yeah, I'll see if any of my friends are on and then like jump into quick play and just have fun and like not be about the game and just have fun and not have to like think too hard.
Yeah, seems good. Seems good. I would consider as well taking proactive breaks. You might have heard me talk about this in some of my stuff, some of my sessions. And one of the things I think is really important is if you can, is before you even get tired, tilted, before you even hit the first loss, even after you, let's say you play a game and you pop off, I would consider taking just a short 1-minute break while you're in queue. Just simply to be like, what leads to losses, what leads to tilts, essentially. And a lot of it is just a lack of focus, a lack of energy, or getting distracted of what you're focusing on. That's another reason why you take a break. Remind yourself, what am I here? What am I doing? Am I focusing on my positioning? Am I focusing on my CD usage or whatever? Those are the things that you need to be putting emphasis on. And anytime that you spend too much time playing and not enough time breaking, then you're going to be missing out on opportunities to like just wasting games is the way to look at it. Don't waste any games. Take breaks when you can is the way I like to look at it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That does, yeah.
Okay. I just do like the 60 seconds walk around the room. I'd like to physically get up from my console or computer. Like I think that's really important. I would give that a shot. Okay. Let's keep going here. Goals here. We talked about the diamond rank. Long term, though, understanding and playing at a high level, maintaining that hopefully to translate skills to other roles, heroes, and hopefully join a team that plays competitively in tournaments. Interesting. Now, when you say other heroes, other roles, you have to have some sort of familiarity with the other heroes and the other roles. And you probably realize that even Moira to an extent, but a lot of the other heroes' roles are more damage oriented, right? Certainly more proactive. The question is that going to be something that you're going to get more comfortable with as you improve? Or is like what, like you kind of see what I'm saying, right? Like I know you describe what you enjoy, but yet you describe like you would like to learn other roles, other heroes. How's that going to work?
Because the thing is like I've taught like I'm coming back to Zen and like learning Zen because Zen is something that I played when I first started the game, and then I'm also like touching on Brig a little bit, and then I've started to venture into tank a little bit. So like Orisa, Sigma, and Zarya are kind of what I'm touching on right now, just to like get the feel of playing tank and doing damage and being more like at the front because I'm always in the back usually or like in the middle. And so that's kind of where I'm like, because it'll also help me when I'm in support, knowing what I can do better to support the tank and like DPS characters as well. Like, because so far I'm only looking at the game from a support like view instead of
Yeah.
the tank or anything like that. So I'm trying to like learn the game a lot more in depth than what I've learned in the past year.
Okay. And maybe you don't mind doing damage once you understand it better and have a better propensity for doing damage. But
Exactly, because I'm thanks to you, I've like watching your videos. I'm always concerned about accuracy, and like one of your videos, you're like that's a stat that really doesn't like. Yes, it matters, but like it's not the end all be all.
exactly.
It's just more about like what value you're creating with the damage you're doing, and I'm like
Exactly.
that's changed my view on damage and accuracy so much.
Good.
Because I like when you think of a first person shooter, you're thinking like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and like your aim does matter. And I feel like in a game like this where there's so many abilities and different scenarios and nuances, like aim isn't the end all be all. Like, yeah, you
Exactly.
need it, but it's not the make or break point of the game.
Certainly. And then obviously even checking the accuracy status isn't always the most useful thing because you never know, like, are you shooting for squishier, more hard to hit targets, in which case your damage is going to be more impactful, but your accuracy is going to be lower as opposed to shooting a rain shield, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So sounds good. Obviously, as you improve and as you go on, I encourage you to continue to experiment more and more with different heroes and different playstyles and just seeing, because you never know what, because like I think for me, particularly, I started off as a Genji main and then by necessity picked up Reinhardt and like Lucio, and I even played Mercy for a period of time, and then I picked up Winston, then I picked up Zenyatta, and then I ended up dropping tank and picked up Ana, and then nowadays it's basically I just play whatever gets reworked so that I can coach it better. But everyone's journey is almost always going to be a lot of pivots here and there. Like you might be a Widow one trick a year from now. Like you never know. You never know. So just keep experimenting and just pursue the heroes that you enjoy playing, not the ones that you feel like, oh, I can't play because I'm not good enough at fill in the blank. The only way to get good at fill in the blank is to do it. So
To play on. Yeah.
just consider that. Pursue what you enjoy. That's the big thing. All right. Let's see here. I think most of what's holding me back is mental and understanding. Now, I would ask, what do you mean by that? But I think you clarify a little bit right after this because you say, I feel like most people have been playing Overwatch since Overwatch 1, and I just feel so behind everyone else. So is it like the mental and understanding tied together? Is that your problem? Like this like lack of confidence?
I mean, I think now it's more so mental and not getting so frustrated with things because I play by myself a lot because a lot of my friends on PC and I'm on console, so I can't play comp with them. And so I'm literally thrown into the whims of four strangers that I don't know. And a lot of people don't calm. A lot of people don't talk. And the one thing I've noticed when I play with my friends is when we do comp, we do so well because I'm like, hey, that Genji has no Wraith, or that Mei has no cryo. Like she can die. She doesn't have wall or cryo. So like she's easy to kill and get her out of the fight. Like it's things like that that don't come across in comp because no one talks in VC. And then when they do talk, it's like, you're doing trash, blah, blah, blah. And like, I've just turned all the chats off. I don't even join VC half the time anymore because it's like there's no point. Like nobody's gonna help, and it's just a waste of time, I think. And so it's more about the mental and just being like, you know what, focus on you. Just focus on you. And if anybody has a problem with that, then it's like, oh well, like I can't, like if you guys aren't gonna work together as a team, then I just can't stress about it.
That's it exactly. Just focus on you because that's all you can really worry about. And like you said, it becomes really a burden if you do anything other than focus on you. It just steals the fun out of things. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the biggest thing that I've learned by watching you and a lot of like Samito and let's just like other people who are really good at the game is that because I used to get caught up on the numbers and things like that, but like yes, they play a part, but I think the biggest thing that I focus on now is like, am I creating value with the person I'm playing? As far as like our comp and versus the enemy team comp, like am I creating constant or good value with who I'm playing instead of being like, well, I got this much damage or I got this much heals or this and that. I haven't died. Like I really don't, I pay attention to it, but I also don't let it like make me think I'm better or worse than anybody. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I 100% makes sense. 100% makes sense. Well, keep up that, and obviously like that's the consistent thing to do. And I think for you is it's like small adjustments, major improvements over a period of time is a way to look at that. So like not just with your understanding, but like developing better habits with how you're playing the game. Trying, I think you're with your mentality as well, like the little thing that you're talking about, taking those breaks, that might help you with that as well. Might help you to shake off those bad games or just even refocus yourself after a really good game. Just anything that can keep you in the moment. Do you join voice and text frequently?
When I first started the game, I did because I was like, I want to be a team player and like talk to my team, and then you quickly learn that you're getting slurred at and getting
Yeah, yeah,
degraded,
yeah,
and you're like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. And I will say, genuinely, I did that, but then when I stopped doing it, I got better because I didn't have somebody in my ear bitching at me the whole time,
yeah, yeah,
and then I
yeah,
turned off the chat, and so like, not seeing the match chat or team chat, like you didn't see anybody like giving like backseat gaming advice and whatnot. You're just like, I can focus on me and like that's all I can do. And so I don't do it anymore. When I first started playing, yes, but now I don't hardly at all.
yeah, yep, 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 yep. Okay, 100% makes sense. Um, yeah, to me, it's like stuff like that. Like that, those are the kind of little things like, how much sleep that you're getting, how your approach to tracking breaks, or your approach to feedback and goals, any like consistent little things that over the course of 100, 200, 300, however many games, that's going to stuff that's going to matter. It's not like there's any one quick tip or fix, but it's the good little boring things that are going to add up.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions so far, by the way?
No, pretty straightforward,
Okay.
which is a good chunk of the reason why I came to you. I was like, he's just
Good.
straightforward.
Good.
Doesn't
Good.
roast like he roasts you, but it's roast you in like a helpful way. So like we love
Sure.
that.
Sure. 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 Some of my people find my old roast reviews from like 2019 when that was like the spiel I used to do. People would submit for a roast and were like, "Oh, I'm scared to get roasted." I'm like, no, that's not how it goes. But yeah,
That's
anyway,
not
all right, not how it goes anymore. All right, 7 hours of sleep, not bad. Could be better. Obviously, a lot of that is more correlated with health stuff, but just keep in mind that while 7 hours is tolerable, it's not optimal. So depending on your work schedule and your sleep schedule, if you're able to improve that by half an hour, quarter of an hour, whatever, that will help your ability to emotionally regulate. But it will also help you to perform better in match through just straight up reaction speed, your ability to learn new concepts, new topics. Like, for example, we're going to talk about some stuff today. And if you get a good night's sleep, you will remember more of the stuff that we talked about than if you didn't get a good night's sleep. One of the little things that happens with that. So just keep that in mind. Your sleep is not bad, but I could always be better.
Could be better.
Could be better. Okay, I don't really have any questions. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, not really.
All right, let's do this. You got a replay code for me?
I do. I had to redo some because they did an update, so I lost the two that I was going to show you.
Yep, it's a classic Tuesday. I was scared they're going to do one today, but I think we're okay.
I did one of each. One is Moira, and then one is Lifeweaver, just to like
perfect.
Get
you do a little bit of both. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with the one that I not the most proud of, but we still won. But it was like, Lifeweaver. It was the D as in dog.
Yep.
Q as in queen. B as in boy. Z as in zebra. V as in Victor, and the number 4.
Got it. All right. Can you see this all right?
I can.
Perfect. Wizard World time. Let's do this. Oh. I was going to say, please tell me your name isn't Velvet Cheese. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. This is you here. We found you. Some of these names are like PC or console or something else, man. Okay, let's take a look here. So any questions with Lifeweaver general questions?
Not really, because I watched what was it, the Masters training with Lifeweaver in the top 500 one. So I've tried to like kind of implement things from that.
What
Clearly
things have you tried to implement?
Definitely trying to make sure I have an overview of everybody. So in case
that
like,
intergalactic emperor mindset, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if there's, if I can be on high ground and do that same thing even better, because that keeps me out of like line of sight and like people have to get out of position to get to me.
You got it.
So yeah, that's kind of what I try to
little
good. Things.
yeah, of course. And the key thing is just that a lot of people come to me and like, I've seen your videos, but like, and it's almost like people are embarrassed that like, oh, I'm not like good at this thing, even though I am. But that's normal. Like you might have seen me play Overwatch before. Like I can't even do the stuff that I teach half the time, right? Because it takes a level of repetition to be able to implement the stuff that even if you know how to do it, you have to repeat it over and over again to be able to do it quickly. So
right.
At least if you have a foundation of those concepts though, so that helps us when we get into the review. I don't have to teach so much as we have to just practice looking for problem areas, right? So, okay, let's take a look here. So one of the things I want you to practice doing here is I want you to find time when you can put up pressure as Lifeweaver. And I know Lifeweaver, Healbot guy, right? But even with Lifeweaver, if you can use this window of time here as your Sigma walks forward, you're going to be able to peek right here. Heck, you could even use your pedal if you'd like to launch yourself here. And just look that Sigma right in the eye, or this Tracer or the Zenyatta back here, and just let them have it.
Yeah.
And what you do is, especially because your first several shots have no spread, you can do a lot of poke damage at range. A lot. I used to use this to harass widows that were outside fall-off range way back in the day when I played Lifeweaver. It's really funny. But yeah, long story short is like Lifeweaver isn't great at doing he's not a great duelist necessarily, right?
Yeah, what he can do with him all the time.
Right. But what he can do is what I like to call a little bit of trash damage early. Throw it at a shield, throw it at a tank, throw it down to Zenyatta. Because if you look at the HP pools here, you see your team, everyone is basically full. So even your Junkrat here, he's missing what, 56 HP. Can you do more than 56 worth of damage right here? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So what's the point out of continually charging here? You know, when you could, man, he got melted. When you can instead use your tank taking space to just aim at head height and just blast the soldier in the head, right?
And see, I think the thing with that is like I'm trying to break the habit of continuously healing, because the problem is with at our rank, people just charge in and like you can literally heal them full up, and like not even 2 seconds later, they're back down to critical, and you're like, Jesus Christ! So like that's me trying to break that habit of.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's tricky because a lot of what you do with Lifeweaver is heal bot, but not in this situation, because you see everyone's health pools, right? There's no serious active damage being done. So take these opportunities to just squeeze out some damage here. Like even like, how do you use your pedal here? Who are you going to use your pedal for?
Just lift it up right here like myself,
You might as well, because there's nothing else really to do with it right now. So you might as well just look for a better angle. Good. Like right now, like obviously priority on healing is important, right? Because your Mercy's rezzing, your Sigma's taking serious damage. You should heal bot here, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But he got the orb on him, and I was like, we lost him. Like,
yeah, I think he should have had his shift here. Yeah, he just didn't use his grasp, which is unfortunate. But okay. So now that we kind of have an idea here, I'm going to kind of zoom through this because I just want to see. I don't want to overanalyze every tiny little situation. We're looking for overarching patterns.
Did that to make sure the Tracer knows. Like,
yeah, I got you. I got you. I appreciate the awareness there. Same thing with the trash damage here, right? Like your Malgus basically full. You could swing here and just close your eyes, just hold down your trigger, and just completely let it blast. Because that's going to be more than what you're doing right now. Yeah, this is good. Oh, you're shooting it to a Sigma shift, which is unfortunate. But it's still good. Like that was good shield break right there. That was nice. What could you do with your pedal here? Intergalactic Emperor.
Yes, pull him out, or like be able to see everybody more than I can right now.
Yeah, put yourself up here just so you have a little bit better vision. Maybe even pedal yourself up to here. Something to consider. Nice. Like certainly here, this would be where being top right would be really useful, right? Yes, good. Go back to healing. Good. This is where, again, heal botting's fine. Good tree, wow. Good pull as well. Jeez, dude, that was sick. So the tree was good. He's crit. The placement was perfect. Because even if your team, like, let's put it this way, like your tree is really good at helping to counter ults. It generally doesn't counter an ult by itself, but it can. But more importantly, it's like, even if it doesn't counter the ultimate, your Junkrat can use his passive heal holding here, right? He could just get healed and healed and healed and healed, right? So it's like this whole area is like controlled by your tree, which is really useful. And then obviously
I was so glad you said that, because I was like, as I did, I was like, I think that's a good thing.
No.
It keeps the Junkrat like can't get shot down.
I like to think of it as like a reactive, proactive tree. So hear me out. So you're reacting to the enemy team doing something, right? Bam, tree. But once a tree stops it from working, right? Like it stops the flux or whatever else, your team can continue to get value out of it. Because they can continue to be getting healing from it here and doing damage with that. And what that does for you is that means that honestly, you don't even have to heal anymore. You could pedal yourself up to here, just go, Lifeweaver 76. You get what I'm saying? Like just pop off here, right? It's an opportunity. So I really like the tree. I like the pull. My only problem here is that I think that you've missed some opportunities here to do some use your pedal to get a better position. By the way, I respect the attempts to do some damage here. Definitely a window to do damage here. It's good. And then the transition back to the heal is good.
I didn't have pedal yet, so I couldn't raise them.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. You transitioned to healing them there. He didn't quite run out in time. It's all right. Great pull. This is where you got to use your pedal. And the reason why you use your pedal here is so that you put yourself in a safe position so that you can fully focus on heal botting without worrying about your own life. Right?
Okay.
Good. Like, again, here, take it, you know? Now, the question I have for you, so we keep beating you over the head with, hey, use your pedal, you know? So why aren't you using your pedal? Is it too much going on at the same time? You forgetting about it? Are you saving it for a situation? Is there something, is this a common habit with you? What's the deal?
I'm saving it because I know I can walk up to Widow, and like I know it's like so silly, just use your pedal, but I'm trying to use my cooldowns efficiently, yeah.
Got it.
So it's like if like the enemy's not attacking me and I can just walk up to Widow, then I'll just walk up to Widow.
Sure. Let me give you a good example.
Or even like saving this shit like Tracer, because again, Tracer's been such a big problem for me lately.
Yeah,
if she's attacking me, then I have that. Yeah,
I get that. Let me give you a good analogy. You get a free IRL get out of jail free card, and you're living in Roanoke, Missouri, where the worst crime is a traffic ticket, right? If you get, I don't know, a fine for staying at parking in a long-term parking for an hour and a half when it was only supposed to be an hour, I would use my get out of jail free card right there to not pay the fine, because there's nothing else that I'm going to spend it on in Roanoke, Missouri, right?
Yeah.
If you look at this entire last almost 2.5 minutes, right? Even with the Tracer, what have you needed your pedal for?
Definitely could have used it for Malga that one point a little bit ago. Or even just then with like Mercy, like take myself out of it and just like have her fly up to me and like she's safe up there with me.
So we're not playing into like bald Sombra here, right? Or again, like even the Tracer has pretty much just left you alone. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at the situation and be like, there's really nothing for me to defensively use the pedal for. So let me just use it to take a better position right now.
Yeah.
Or even like you said, that situation when you and the Mercy are backing off, just get yourself in the air. Right? Or even earlier when you're stuck in a choke, there's absolutely nothing going on. Might as well get a better sightline to do damage. Right? So you have this jack of all trades tool. And yes, sometimes you're going to want to save it for those dives. But that's not going to happen with what they're doing right now or what they're running. You can honestly predict it just looking at the composition. Sigma, Soldier, Zen. Unless that Moira's DPS, Moira. No?
That's fair, yeah.
So this is good. This is nice. Sure.
I think that was supposed to be for Junkrat, but they were so close together.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's a Lifeweaver classic. Let's actually look at this poll. Yeah, I mean, it happens. We don't judge execution necessarily. We just judge intention most of the time. The intention was good. Good heal botting. Not really need your pedal here. So you might as well just chill with it. Good. Good. Now this is where you definitely need your pedal. What do you need to do with your pedal?
Yeah.
Yep. What do you need to do with your pedal here?
I could use it on maybe Mercy. Maybe.
I honestly, I think just use it on yourself.
Yeah, okay.
You just threw yourself into the Coliseum, right? And there's lions everywhere. Get out here and at least put yourself in the air.
Okay.
Better than being where you're at right now. Because I understand why you moved forward. Like your Malga needed your help. That's fine. But you see, this is the problem here, right? It's like, you should have anticipated you being at risk with where you were positioned.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
I think I realized that as soon as I did it too. Like,
yeah. So actually, like, obviously the positioning was a little bit aggressive there. But I'm more annoyed that you could have gotten away with that if you just pedaled. That's it.
Yeah.
You could have gotten away with that if you just pedaled.
I don't want to use tree if we don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's unfortunate. You turned away at like the worst time. But which is unlucky. This is fine. I don't think it was unreasonable that happened. It was fine. Okay. You know, I hate to be the guy right now, but again here, what could you do your pedal with? What could you do with your pedal? Yeah, exactly. Just get up here, right?
Up here,
get up here. Give it a shot. It's at least worth consideration. This is okay. You just need to be a little bit closer to cover. And then obviously use your dash, that's all. Okay, let's see what we got here. Any questions so far, by the way?
No, use your pedal more. Like,
yeah, just use if you're not under a lot of direct dive pressure, use it to just increase your positioning. And when you do position aggressively, you probably need to use your pedal pretty quickly. That and then finding times for when you're not under a lot of pressure. So this is a fine tree and idea. But is this tree saving anybody's life right now?
No, my idea was that since they're pushing, I don't want them to lose the spaces they're like trying to create. But if they have to fall
perfect.
back,
that's perfect. That's perfect. But let me give you an analogy here. Okay. So what you're doing is you're saying they're pushing with coal. I'm going to counter your push with coal. But your team wants to fight here. And where's the tree? You see it?
Too far back, yeah.
So if you're using an ultimate to match their ultimate, don't put it behind, put it right where your team is right now.
Okay.
So this tree in response to coal to stop the enemy team from pushing is great, but your tree is like assuming that your team is already going to back up. But that's what we don't want to do, right? We want to hold our spot. So where should the tree be?
Probably a little bit closer.
Just give me a specific position.
The only reason I put it there is because I'm afraid that they'll shoot it because they do have soldier. And
who cares?
Like,
who cares? The best thing, unless they're running a bastion, literally, it's only bastion. If they're the best thing for your tree is for it to get shot. Literally the best thing. Because it's a total waste of time. So if they're not running bastion, where should this tree go?
A little bit closer.
Yeah, where specifically? Give me an exact position.
I would say like probably where that room is.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good to me. You could even put it over here as well. Yep, absolutely. That way you will counter the coalescence and allow your team to hold the space and keep fighting. You got it. Again, I don't mind the idea of what you're doing. It's not like you're not really using it to counter anything, more just like to let's stay in this fight, which is good. That's really good. It's not positioned to do that well. It's only really helping you and you're not really fighting.
Yeah. Like I said, this is a rough game. I know.
Well, maybe. You're doing a lot of things right. Your pulls have been really good. Your positioning, for the most part, has been fairly decent. It's all right. It's all right. Nice.
I knew she would be fine because she was too far back.
Another point where maybe something like this would be better for you, right?
Okay.
Just again, you have you're saving the pedal for Christmas, you know. At this point. Ooh, okay. I like the damage there. Now, I know you're going to be like, but my Ramatra died. Your Ramatra would have died either way. I don't think you would have healed him to keep him up. When he's that low and he has the DPS pass from him, he's not going up. This damage was good.
Oh, yeah, like, no. The reason I started spraying was like maybe me spraying will like help him stay up.
You got it.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
that's all right. That's all right. It happens. Okay. Ooh, again, nobody really needs serious damage right now. So, like, maybe a little bit on your ramp, but this chip damage here, love to see it. Now, he's not going to need any healing for a little bit. So what should you be doing right now?
Definitely doing damage.
Definitely doing some damage. Finish off those kills. Nice use of ping there. I love to see it. Same thing with your pedal here. Ah! You did it! You did it!
Coming.
Yes! Finally! Oh my goodness, this is brilliant. Nice job. Ended up not being necessary, but that's still the right decision. Like 90% of the time, that's going to be useful. Good. Love the damage here again. I call it trash damage just because, as you know, it's kind of hard to secure kills in life. It's a lot of just kind of like spamming and hoping some of it hits, but it's still pressure, right? It's still pressure. Oh, you almost got it. You almost got it. You almost got it. It was you missed your pull. You missed your pull. You missed your pull. You missed your pull. That's all. You aimed for the. That's actually kind of odd. I felt like you actually had your crosshair on the Mercy. Hang on. Wait a second here. Did you get scammed? Oh no, you flicked it just a little too late. You see?
Okay.
Yeah, you had your crosshair a tiny bit closer to the ram, and then you like turned it as you were pulling, so it was too late. Yeah, but again, like the intention is perfect here. It's just it's just not quite there. That's all right. Nice damage there.
Get behind the wall so they can't shoot at me.
Use it right now. You got to use it right now, right? So this is a good tree, but where should you be? You know?
Yeah, I should be up.
You should be up. As soon as I see this, man, I'm out. I am out.
Yeah,
I'm out. And then I can, intergalactic emperor from here. Good tree. Keep them up. Keep them up. Love to see it. Nice trees. By the way, I really like your trees. I think the only thing was the tree earlier when it was holding a space, but like we said, it was behind a corner. But I think your trees have been really good. Trees and poles are great. Which in many ways is like the most important thing with Lifeweaver, right? That's like your big spikes in values. You gotta do that well. Love the positioning here. That's fine. And then honestly here, like, okay, as soon as your Mercy's back on cart, take the pedal again. Do it again. Go right back up.
I think I do. No. Question mark.
Meant for your Mercy, unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a sick pull, I'm not gonna lie. That would have been one for the montage, you know? Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give you my most sincere compliment. Your intentions are really quite good. And I mean that. That's an important thing in Overwatch. Because the thing is like what we're looking at here is that with the exception of like some of your pedals, a little bit of positioning here, some of your damage choices, what you're trying to do is the right play. Which means if you keep hitting your head up against the wall, you're gonna get better doing what you're doing. Right
Yeah.
You're gonna get better. You're trying to do the right things. That should be very encouraging here.
That actually means a lot coming from you. So like, I very much appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, I'm not lying to you. This is good stuff. So I think we'll watch a little bit more here, maybe one more fight, and then we'll take some notes and we'll move on to Moira. That work for you?
Sounds good.
All right. Like the initial positioning here. Obviously, this is like, just heal bot simulator. But even here, I want you to be, obviously, let's just pretend the Widow's not here just for the sake of the argument. Where would you be if the Widow wasn't here?
Oh, if Widow wasn't here, then I'd definitely be like a little bit more over, not from like away from the cover.
Right,
so I can see
Trash damage right here, right? Like use it.
Yeah.
You actually are like, you're a crazy sniper, right? Like you have that tight spread. Like you could do so much damage at this range. But use that, Because like right now, people don't really need healing. You need to be trying to do damage right now. If there wasn't Widow, and honestly, I was joking about it earlier, but seriously, like if you can get this far away from a Widow, go for it. Because she can't one shot you at this range. Her fall off kicks in. So I used to do this all the time with the Windmakers. I'd play with them, But yeah, okay.
But the idea for me here was I was trying to build my tree just like when a fight comes again, like if I need it. So that was the idea, just to build a tree as fast as I can.
Yeah, 100%. And even the chip damage can do with that too, right? Like look at they've just swapped off with the Widowmaker, so now it's like the same kind of thing. Ooh, good. Good. Nice use of the pedal. I'm just gonna kind of zoom through here because it's gonna be pretty repetitive, and I'm gonna see the crucial moments here. Again here, when there's nothing to do, your default trash damage.
Yeah,
trash damage. Pivot to trash damage. You always want to have cover. Always. So you need to be like playing here and being ready to tuck in this way, right? But yeah, trash damage. Nice. I think your charge as well is pretty good. Like I see you hovering around like 60, 55, 60 charge for your healing, which is good. Generally where you want to be. Generally don't need to go to 80. It lowers your HPS by a little bit. Okay. All right, I want to see a tree here. It's going to be beautiful. Now, remember, the key thing with your tree is it may or may not counter an ultimate, right? But what's the most important thing with the tree? what we talked about earlier.
It's to provide cover and also like do
Right.
passive healing as
Right.
they're like
Right.
doing their thing.
You just need it to be in a location where we're fighting, right? Whether that's
Yeah.
you, your front line, your DPS, whatever. Unfortunate. What do you think about the intent? But what do you think about the intentions? It was supposed to be here, right? So what do you think about that? Was that a good place for it to be?
I think so only because there's that room right here where Velvet Cheese is, and then also the other
Yep.
one, like that other hallway.
Yep.
So like it's
Yep.
right in the middle of the two.
Yep. Yep. The only thing I would say, if I would add a detail, is I wouldn't do it quite yet. I'd let them start to walk out first, because what will happen is, remember, it has that burst heal and application. So what you could do is, you don't want to be too late with it, but you can let them come out, and then you could even, press your ultimate button and just hover it right in the spot. Wait. Here they come. Bam. Then get it. Right?
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be immediately on the response. Good pull. Intergalactic Emperor, you're cooking. You love to see it.
We lose the fight because of this, because I took too long to heal him.
That's okay. Good pull there too. Pedal. Okay. Love to see it, mate. You've got potential. It's good. It's good. Let's make some notes. What are you seeing with Lifeweaver? What needs to be practiced?
I definitely need to get better with using my pedal more. I just kind of keep it on reserve, so that's definitely something
pedal
that I
for taking positions, vision, especially when you don't need to save it for dice. Okay, what else?
Yeah. Tree placement. The idea is great, but like go beyond that and where's the better place for it to be when the fight is happening for you and the team. You or the team, rather.
Yep. Okay. Trash damage.
Definitely trash damage. Like if everybody's full, let her rip. just shoot it and spray and pray.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I think that's
all right.
Yeah.
Moira time. Let's do it.
Moira. Let me see where's that code. That code is 6. K as in kite, A as in apple, J as in Jack, 5-1.
Got it. Take a look.
This is one of my least favorite maps. I hate this map so much. Ugh.
All right, Moira priorities. What are you working on with Moira? What does Moira need to do? What are some things that maybe you've been implementing or considering with Moira recently, and so on?
With Moira, I try to, with her, I can be more in the fight because I have fade. So like, if I'm doing damage and things get a little dicey, then I can just fade out and get out of there. My get out of jail free card. I definitely try to take off angles if like the fight's going on in front, and then I'll try to like go off to the side and like draw somebody's attention so that takes pressure off the tank and the DPS trying to get in. And then I don't necessarily heal bot, but I definitely try to use my ultimate if we're like pushing and like everyone's like kind of critical or like things are getting a little iffy, but we can win the fight. Then I'll definitely use her ult to keep them up, but also do damage. So it's kind of like, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. We'll take a look here. All that sounds good on paper. Again, like Lifeweaver, what's the gap between what you know and what you do? Now, first thing here is you are cooking. I love it. Okay. I mean, this is obviously maybe it's quite a deep flank. So here's the funny thing is I've coached full on DPS Moiras. 1 or 2 of them have been in top 500 actually. And it's just fine, but you gotta get here quick and you gotta start distracting. The thing with DPS Moira is it's all about uptime. You don't really have burst damage. You don't really have like the ability to finish kills quickly, but you can live on that angle for a long time. So when the fight starts, you want to be on the angle, you want to get there quick, and you want to keep pressuring. And this is where take the extra quarter of a second to aim this because this is crippling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this stick.
Never again.
Just
No,
no, no,
more,
no, 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 no.
more.
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Look at 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 it. Oh, oh, oh. You know what? You wanted to make it bounce, and you know what?
Oh, it's bouncing.
It did balance. Yeah, it's bouncing a lot. Oh, look at it. It's still going. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, wow.
Oh
Again,
my
I've never seen. Oh
God.
my gosh. This has to be a world record for most bounces ever.
Damn.
Okay, wait. Let's just get no.
It's gonna
Listen, we're gonna
go.
extend the review time by 2 minutes just so that you have to watch this. Oh, look at
Oh
this.
my,
Okay, we're still going. Yep, we're
so
still going.
bad.
Wow. It's still. I mean,
Oh.
this is definitely a world record. Oh, there it goes. Well, all right. So what has happened now? All right, let's find out.
We lose this fight, but it's all because of me and that shitty ass ball.
The idea was great. You know, if that would have been some nice tickle damage there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we lose that, but that's my fault. That's all me.
All right. So you're gonna fade back to your team. Heal orb there is good. Off heal. I mean, I think what you're doing right here, like the heal botting that you are doing, is very appropriate, right? This guy's been crit, so it's understandable. Heal orb there as well is fine. Go ahead.
I'm thinking this is gold, so like definitely keep them up because it's just like.
Well, okay.
And as a person that's in gold, I'm like gotta think like, okay, keep him up, gotta heal him because the moment I stop healing him,
that's fine. Well, here, let's put it this way: either you need to keep him up through burst like healing, or you need to do some significant serious damage. You got two choices. Understandable, not killer. Killer. You gotta kill her. Might as well try it. Yeah, I mean this has been okay. This has been all right.
Oof, so bad.
No. This is good. This is good. All right, so you're thinking about flanking again here. Let me give you a suggestion here. If you want to go for these angles, look for something that doesn't take you quite so long to set up. You ready for this one? There you go. It's a little bit shorter going from here to here than it is to go from here all the way underneath here and then have to kind of be looking uphill here. Takes too long. Just go to your right. So whenever you're playing Moira, one of the easiest things that you can do for easy value is look for, you said off angles, right? Look for short off angles that don't take you quite as long to get there.
Okay.
Small adjustment. Because you could be setting up an off angle right now and be dueling backline right from here. Right
here, yeah.
This would be good value if you wanted to. Nice. Focus that squishy down. Get her. Still be careful with your cover usage even when you're in ult, but that was all right. Okay. You do good damage, you win. Nice job.
Yeah, we kept this one. Yeah, we won this one.
So what are you doing here?
Here is just in case somebody tries to wrap around, like since they have Soldier and Sojourn, it's like I'm staying here just in case they try to flank. And if you
Why
know,
not stay here?
True. That's true. It's also so I can keep the eye on them and like send a heal.
Sure. But unfortunately, when it does happen, you're not really in a position to heal them quickly enough, and he dies anyway. Just something to kind of keep in mind. Like I think the whole like intergalactic emperor mindset doesn't work as well with Moira because you don't have the same level of range that Lifeweaver does, right? So what I would do is I would either commit to supporting your team here, which is okay, or maybe just committing to your own off angle, which is also okay.
Okay.
Understand the limits of your range more. Damage. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to understand, like, burst healing is fine. If you got it, that's fine. But sometimes if somebody's flat in her back, maybe it's just better to just kill her. You know, when you see opportunities. Like, your skill as a Moira player is finding windows when you should burst heal or when you should do damage. Because you can always do one or the other. When should you do one? When should you do the other? And if you make that read correctly, you will win a lot of fights. That one, there's a Brigitte on her back. Your Rein is critical. I probably killed the Brigitte.
Yeah.
I probably kill the brute. It's not an easy call though. That's the challenge. Good. Kill. Kill. You're here. Let's go. Win it. Fight the soldier.
I do.
That's okay. Probably didn't need the heal orb there. Probably would have preferred the damage orb or backline there. Good. What you're probably going to notice with Moira, and this is probably your biggest problem so far, is you're going to get your thumb's worth of camera movement. People joke about like Moira being like, oh, a no aim character, and they're right. She's a relatively low aim character. But what there is a lot of is movement. A lot of 180s, a lot of 90-degree turns, a lot of 360s if you get extra confused, and so on, right? So I would look at this and I would be like, man, I just look so lost. That's fine. Keep practicing. This will get better.
Yeah.
This is fine. Just keep practicing. All right, find a target to damage. Sure.
Yeah, like
that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like that's going to happen a lot more with Moira than it did with Lifeweaver because there's just so much movement.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's keep going here. Any questions so far?
No, I'm just like as I'm watching, I'm like,
That's like, normal. We all deal with that. Every single one of us. The smarter you are, the more you feel it because you see more errors. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely actively thinking as I'm doing it, but then you watch it back and you're like, yikes.
Right. Damage over there was fine. And see, this is one of those situations where you're doing damage instead of healing. And it makes sense, right? The soldier is standing in the open. I think damaging here is more important than healing your Reinhardt because he's basically full anyway, right? Yeah. Now here, once he's backed off, probably transition into healing. Okay, now he's critical, transition to healing. Heal orb, Cole. Good. And when you're doing Cole, you got to ask yourself, should I do damage? Should I do healing? What should I do? Depends on the situation. If there's a squishy there, probably damage.
Yeah. But that's why I saw the soldier slide in. I'm like, oh, you're dead. Like,
yeah. That was smart. Good. Yep. Don't worry about keeping the area alive. Kill the guy that's killing her, right? Kill the guy that's killing her. Yeah, 100%. And this is where stuff like Moira's heal over time can also be really useful because you could puff on somebody to get that heal over time started, then go back and doing damage. Then puff on somebody, then go back to doing damage, right?
Yeah.
All right, find a short angle, do damage. Do these people need damage or healing right now?
No, it's just preemptive, like.
So that's fine, and that's fine. It's okay to preemptively puff once to get that heal over time started, just in case, and then immediately go right back to damage. You're staying too long on damage. Puff, then back to damage, and because you don't go back to damage fast enough, you take a lot of damage. You see this? Oh no! And so then, when does that force you to use heal orb, fade? But why was your heal orb and fade forced?
Because I didn't do enough damage.
Because you didn't do enough damage. That's how you keep yourself alive, right? That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So I want you to be like it sounds so reductionist, but it's actually so important. I want you to be constantly asking yourself, should I be healing or should I be doing damage? Should I be healing? Should I be doing damage? Should I be healing? Should I be doing damage? Right? And practice that combo. Practice that decision making in the moment until it becomes more fluid and faster. Should you have heal orb there?
No.
What should you have done instead?
Definitely done a damage orb.
Okay. From where to where?
Like towards the Genji, because Genji is, I think the Genji tries to go in. So I think my idea was to send the healing orb as Genji goes in because it'll bounce and go to him over that wall.
Yep.
But
why do 5D chess when 2D works, right? Because you can, if your Genji dashes in, you know what I guarantee will help him? A damage orb.
Yeah.
And what if he doesn't go in? Damage orb's still good.
Yeah,
right.
That's fair.
Right. Heal orb, I will say, is one of those situational orbs where heal orb is in certain circumstances good. Need a lot of burst heal. You need healing. It's good. Damage orb, always good though. Always.
Okay.
Good. So when in doubt, unless you have a specific reason to use heal orb, I want you to damage orb me. Damage. Get her. Yes, thank you. Next target. Sure, help him out. Good, get her. Warrior diff, let's go. Get her. Get
I
her.
lost track of her. Do I? Oh no, yeah.
No, you almost get. Maybe. Well, got a little bit of a bounce there. Okay, damage, damage, damage. Damage, get him. Get him. Get him. Good. Puff, 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 puff. He's dead. What should you do right now?
Definitely. Wait, who's dead? Our Ryan?
You're Ryan. He's gone. He is gone. You
Is
don't have the life grip. You know, you don't have life grip for this character. You know, so
well,
he
yeah.
is
Just
cooked.
follow up on the. I follow up on the damage that he's done already. I'm like, yeah. But I'm like trying to shoot the puff to like help, but yeah, definitely. If he's
Kill the
brought him
Sombra or
down,
something. Yeah.
yeah.
Find a target. Let's go. Even I don't give a rip. Pull us as a turret. That's fine. This is chaos. You feel it?
Yeah, that's
Total chaos. Total chaos. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. It happens.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Yeah, that was that was bad on my part.
I don't want you to also. I want you to keep an eye on your fades as well. What do you need to fade here?
Just on the off chance that like Monkey shoots at me and like
Sure. So let's put it this way.
or even Sombra, like Sombra looks at me. Or
So you
like that,
faded,
so like,
right?
yeah.
What if the monkey jumps you now?
I have nothing to get away with.
Right? I don't want you to anticipate threats necessarily, unless it's like a one shot. All right. I want you to react.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let him do his action and then use your defensive cooldown. Don't predict it to be a problem. React for it to be a problem. Does that distinction kind of make sense to you?
Yeah. Like he jumped in and like, well, yeah. If he jump, like if I have fade, then he jumps in, then that gives me time to fade out because I know he can't jump.
Exactly. And then he can't jump again, and he could choose where do you want to go, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of use that get out of jail free card analogy. It's kind of like using that get out of jail free card, like waking up and saying, I'm going to use my get out of jail free card. No, you don't. Don't do that. You don't know if today is going to be the day you need it, right? So if you preemptively use it, you leave yourself open for the next day when you might actually want it, right? So only use it when you need it.
Yeah.
Blind damage orb. No idea where that was going. No idea where that was headed. I want a purpose with every damage orb you throw. Where is that? Who is that for? I need damage here, right? You look at this guy here, again, kind of using your metric here. I know your right is missing a little bit of HP here, but you know this guy could also be done damage. You're right here. Do it to him, right?
Yeah.
Do it to him. Again, fade, right? What might happen? Torbjorn might shoot you, right? Then you fade. Has Torbjorn shot you?
No.
Don't fade.
I was preemptively trying to get behind cover, but yeah.
And what ends up happening is because not only do you expose yourself to death after the fade, but you also lose position to do more damage.
Mm.
Get her. Maybe somebody's over there, maybe not. Doesn't matter. It's not good.
I need hurt, like I think it's Brig or somebody.
Maybe. Use it. There you go. Get her. Nice. Heal or this. Yeah, keep your. And that's for you. That heal orb's for you. Right?
Yeah.
And you maybe. Okay.
No,
Sounds good.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, let's take some notes.
Yeah, these next 2 points are a little rough, but we won that. But yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Let's take some notes. What do you need to practice with Moira? Actionable, specific skills that you need to put into action right now.
Definitely being sure about when to do damage and when to heal.
Okay.
100%.
Practice.
I think the thing. Oh.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think the thing is that you said something. I was like, I think I'm trying to play her like Lifeweaver, and that's not how it works with her at all. So it's definitely being able and knowing when to do damage and when to heal with her.
Okay. How does that
No,
not look for you?
not wasting orbs for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Aim your damage orbs. Moira aim, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
imagine. Um, definitely don't waste fade if I don't have to. More reactionary than being
Don't
proactive.
proactively fade. Wait for the threat to be a problem. Then fade. Keeps you in position to do stuff longer, plus keeps you alive more because you have the cooldown when you need it, right?
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think this is it. I think this is it. Do you have any questions?
In your honest opinion, do you think I can rank up to diamond, or am I ways off a ways? Like,
I mean, anybody can rank up the diamond, assuming they don't have some sort of physical limitations. The difference is always, do they have the desire and enjoyment of the game to put in the time and effort that 50%, 60% of the player population does not. Do you have that capability? I don't know. You tell me. You know, you may not even know, right? I think that you have enough of an understanding of the game to where that probably will not be much of a limiting factor, especially with your Lifeweaver. I think your Moira is worse than your Lifeweaver. I think you need more practice with moving and making decisions with when to do damage and when to heal. I'm purposefully not really giving you a lot of direction with the whole damage and healing thing. I'd say consider the DPS passive, consider whether you could take a short off angle or not, right? But I want this to be more of like, that needs to be more of a journey that you experiment with on your own, because it's not very easy. So you need to go figure it out. You need to experiment with it and figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's a lot of good things to say. There's a lot of good things to say about even your Moira, right? Even your Moira.
Yeah. Okay, was it? I've only been playing for a year, so I feel like even with what I know and I'm doing now, like I'm pretty proud of myself, because there are people.
I would be too. I would be too. I would be too. I would be too. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't think my gameplay was as good as yours was a year in. So, and obviously I'm a world class genius. So must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, thank you for your time, though. I very much appreciate it.
Of course, mate.